Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Every woman has 2 ovaries, just as every man has 2 testes.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right.
Women, know your limits. In thought, be plain and simple, and let your natural sweetness shine through. Look at the women, aren't they pretty? Look at the way they laugh. They're delightful.
I see.
Look at these venomous hadidans. Overeducation leads to ugliness, premature aging, and beard growth.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Hard to believe they're all under 25. One of the women is about to embarrass us all. The lady has foolishly attempted to join the conversation with a wild and dangerous opinion of her own.
Blood is flowing out of my uterus.
See how the men look at her with utter contempt.
Yeah, then we're going home.
Women, know your limits.
Yes, it's true that women have menstrual periods, especially if you get your information on street corners.
Now, that has adhesive on the back of it, you see? And it sticks to your panties and you don't need a sanitary belt. It comes in 2 sizes, regular and miniature. And here's just a regular pad, but this one is flushable and comes in super and regular sizes. This kind is narrower and it tapers, and it has this discreet blue disposable bag that goes with it. That has a pad within a pad for extra absorbency. Board applicators, plastic applicators, and stick applicators. And then there's this kind that has no applicator at all.
Sexual intercourse, sexual intercourse, sexual intercourse.
And yes, there is an outflow of blood from the uterus.
I flow very heavily.
Messy.
I flow very heavily.
Messy.
I flow very heavily.
Messy.
Contraception, contraception, contraception.
But what does this mean?
Pregnant, pregnant, pregnant. The fallopian tube is just another passageway in the body.
Hey kids, don't drink all the milk.
That's called menstruation.
Period.
Period.
Period. Period.
Period.
Period.
Period.
Period.
Period. Period.
Period.
Period.
Period.
Period.
Period. Period.
Period. Period.
Period. Period.
Be kind of messy, I imagine.
Is it true that meat spoils in the presence of a menstruating woman?
Probably. Why does it happen?
I flow
Menstruation.
very heavily. And
Menstruation.
I can use 2 tampons at once.
Menstruation.
One napkin is effective at all. And, well, they actually fit in side by side, and you put one in and just hold the string, and then insert the other one just gently. It'll fit in beside it.
Well, the trouble with this diagram is that it shows a standing position. And I think when you're first starting, it's much easier to put one in when you're sitting down. The hardest thing to do is to find where to put it, because the vagina is located in the middle. It's not seen on the surface. So what you have to do is spread the outer skin apart, and maybe even use one of your fingers and feel where the entrance to it is. You take the tampon, insert the first segment of the applicator, you hold on to the ring, and then you push this down, and then you remove the applicator. And you don't have to worry about losing a tampon, because the cervix prevents it from going very far. So you just should be able to find it with your fingers. And sometimes tampons don't come with an applicator. Just put the tampon itself in, maybe even lubricate the tip to make it go.
Notify the egg cells to mature, break out of one of the ovaries, and travel through the fallopian tube to the uterus. If the egg cell gets to the uterus without being fertilized, the lining of blood and tissue there that would house this growing egg cell is not needed. So the egg and the lining disintegrate and flow out of the body through the vagina.